Welcome to 5 Minute Nerd, episode 31, where we break down everything nerd culture into 5-minute segments. Today, we're diving into the Grey Wolf Space Marines. Who are they, where do they come from, and why do they stand out in the vast universe of Warhammer 40K? Before we begin, I have a friend who would never forgive me if I didn't kick this episode off by rubbing a wolf tooth necklace and giving a hearty, "Arr-woo!" Let's get right into it. The Space Wolves trace their origins back to their primarch, Leeman Russ, one of the 20 genetically engineered sons of the Emperor of Mankind. Russ was discovered on Fenris, a world where the environment is as hostile as it gets. Covered in frozen wastelands, jagged mountains, and roamed by monstrous creatures, only the toughest survive. Leeman Russ not only survived, but thrived, growing into a mighty warlord whose ferocity earned him a reputation as a cunning and brutal leader. When the Emperor found him, Leeman Russ accepted his place among the Primarchs and was entrusted with the Space Wolves Legion. The genetic material used to create the Space Wolves, known as the Canis Helix, gives them their wolf-like traits and heightened senses, traits that are passed on to their successors. During the Great Crusade, the Space Wolves were unleashed across the galaxy to help reclaim humanity's lost worlds. However, it was during the infamous Horus Heresy that they truly cemented their legend. Leeman Russ and his Space Wolves were sent to confront Horus's fellow traitor Primarch, Magnus the Red, leading to the tragic Battle of Prospero. The Space Wolves, driven by duty, destroyed Magnus's Thousand Sons Legion, though the cost would haunt them for millennia. After the heresy, the Space Wolves continued their service to the Emperor, becoming a bastion of loyalty in the Imperium's darkest times. Despite the political pressures and constant scrutiny by other chapters, the Space Wolves remain fiercely independent and true to their code of honor. Unlike many other Space Marine chapters, the Space Wolves are shaped as much by their homeworld of Fenris as by their genetic lineage. They live in a highly tribal society, where warriors must prove themselves in brutal trials of strength and survival. Once chosen to become a Space Wolf, initiates must undergo further trials, including exposure to the Canis Helix, which can either turn them into powerful warriors or warp them into mindless beasts. Their combat style reflects their savage origins. The Space Wolves favor close-quarters combat, wielding massive frost axes, thunder hammers, and their iconic power claws. They also have a deep bond with the Wolves of Fenris, sometimes even fighting alongside massive, cybernetically enhanced wolves in battle. However, beneath the savage exterior lies a fierce intelligence and tactical acumen. The Space Wolves are known for their hit-and-run tactics and guerrilla warfare, striking with lightning speed and brutal efficiency. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Space Wolves lore is the Curse of the Wolfen. This genetic mutation, a side effect of the Canis Helix, causes some Space Wolves to transform into feral, wolf-like creatures over time. This curse has been a source of great shame and secrecy among the chapter, though in recent lore, the Wolfen have been embraced as powerful allies on the battlefield. Despite their often rebellious and unorthodox ways, the Space Wolves are highly respected within the Imperium. They are known for their fierce loyalty to the Emperor, even though they reject the more rigid doctrines of the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Codex Astartes. They've fought in some of the Imperium's most critical battles, always willing to put themselves on the line to protect humanity. Leeman Russ, their Primarch, mysteriously vanished after the Horus Heresy, but the Space Wolves believe that he will return in the Imperium's hour of need. Until then, they continue to serve as one of the most feared and respected chapters in the galaxy, always ready to unleash their fury in defense of mankind. In summary, the Space Wolves are one of the most unique and storied Space Marine chapters in Warhammer 40K. Their savage demeanor, deep sense of honor, and refusal to conform to the Imperium's strictest codes make them a chapter like no other. From their legendary Primarch Leeman Russ to their ongoing battle against the Curse of the Wolfen, the Space Wolves stand as the ultimate embodiment of primal ferocity combined with unshakable loyalty. Thank you for listening to 5-Minute Nerd. Until next time, when we'll dive into another nerd culture favorite, keep nerding out. If there are parts of the nerd universe that you would like for us to cover here at 5-Minute Nerd, leave us a note in the comments. To keep getting nerd culture broken down in 5 minutes, don't forget to like and subscribe.